Michael, what do you make of all of this? Donald Trump, whether or not it seems reasonable, hit an all-time high in that particular poll in the week he was impeached.
Yeah, no, in the week that he was
acquitted.
Correct. So America loves a winner. And so I'm not surprised that people that may have just hung up the phone in previous weeks when pollsters called, they might have said, yeah, all right, good, he beat the system. We are that way as Americans. But no, I think, listen,
but there's a real concern here. There's a real underlying
absolutely.
concern. Absolutely.
No, and I want to speak to this.
Yeah.
But I first want to preface that anything that sounds like optimism coming out of my mouth, I want people at home to know that nobody can slow down or think that they don't have any work to do between now and November.
Right.
Everybody has to be off the bench and involved in a significant way, or there will be 4 more years of Donald Trump. Having said that, I think that what we've seen recently is that Trump is actually very beatable. I mean, I know a lot of people, especially Democrats, whatever, they're very nervous, they're very afraid. Who do we pick? It's got to be the person that's going to beat him. Well, all the polls have shown you for the last few months that there's at least 3 or 4 Democrats that beat Trump in every head-to-head poll. Every head-to-head poll, the Democrat wins.
Right, but you know more than most people that head-to-head polls don't tell you how it all breaks down.
Well, I know this especially because of what happened in 2016 and what I tried to warn Democrats about.
In states like your own.
In states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, that if the party decides to flip off a state and literally not go, like to Wisconsin, that's what happened in 2016. The Democratic candidate did not go there. In Michigan, it was even weirder. We couldn't get yard signs. I mean, literally, nobody could get a yard sign. And finally, when I was making my film the year after, and I talked to one of the top people in the DNC, the Hillary campaign, I said, just a quick question here. How come we couldn't get yard signs in Michigan? And he knew the answer. I said, you mean it was on purpose? He goes, oh, yeah. Yeah, we decided that it wouldn't be a good idea for Trump voters to see a lot of Hillary signs on the road or on the street because it would remind them every day that they had to get out there and vote. I said, so you made a decision out of fear? You were afraid of Trump. So you thought people weren't going to know there was an election going on if you didn't put a Hillary sign in the yard? I mean, this is what is killing me about Democrats and people who are going to vote Democratic, to be in the sense of this place of fear. Trump is not some invincible, large iron giant that's going to crush everybody. He is disliked. He's the most disliked president that's run for office. Certainly an incumbent president, probably since, I hate to say it, Jimmy Carter's numbers are pretty low. Was a great man. But there's no way that people should be as afraid of him. And frankly, the more you sink into your despair, the more that you just are in the state of anxiety, the more power you give Trump.
That state of anxiety is shared by a lot of people. You are
we've lived through 3 years of this.
But you in particular are you come from a blue collar place. You have that background. You're a white man in America, and when we look at the numbers of people who,
and I only have a high school education,
right? So you look at
I'm the Trump demographic.
Correct. So look at the congressional election study in October and November of 2016 shows that 12% of people who voted in that primary reported voting for Bernie Sanders. You're a Bernie Sanders supporter.
Yep.
Then in November they voted for Trump.
Correct. Right. Yes, that's what happens. And it was even worse in 2008. 15% of people who voted for Hillary in the primaries between her and Barack Obama, 15% of Hillary voters voted for John McCain. Even more in 2008, Democrats who voted for Hillary voted for the Republican. More than the...
So what does that tell you?
It tells me that by 2016, we got better. We got better at it because there were fewer Bernie voters from the primaries who decided to vote for Trump.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button below for more from The Last Word and the rest of MSNBC.